Hello, this is Victor at RestoreMercedes.com. Today I have this throttle body that came from a W140 chassis vehicle, ASR model, S500 or S420, one or the other, a V8 model. And I repaired it and everything, so now just want to do a bench test video, the usual, how the unit looks after the repair and what are the readings that we receive from this very unit. Now the unit has been energized the usual way, the way I always do. So it just sits on the bench like this with the actuator here, just to open and close it. Not too fast, just slow enough. It doesn't have to go quick, just like that. That way we were heating up the coil, we're heating up the whole case, the best of my ability. Obviously, it's winter time here in New York, so we're going to take a look at the temperature of the unit. And the temperature of the table here is like 69, and the unit is, as you can see, it's over 80 degrees, mid 80s at certain areas, because the unit itself is obviously aluminum, so the heat is dissipated through the case quite efficiently. All right, and of course ambient temperature is quite cold. So anyway, okay, now let's shut this down. All right, so basically right now the unit is energized. I still have to put the bolts back in there, but after a final test, as you can see, the activation, that's the fast activation. That's also needs to be tested, because when the extra consumption comes from the motor, you can actually even hear the power supply fan slows down, because when I go quick, there's more power needed to move the motor quick. So this is what it looks like from the outside on top. Cleaned up this area here, the PCV system. This is the underside, and there's a little discoloration on the plate and a little bit of discoloration here, some wear and tear, but that's not significant. That doesn't matter, because I don't want to really bother with this, because I don't want to scratch the surfaces. This is a machine surface. It's polished, so it's just fine. The gasket is left on the case, on the throttle itself, because it can be reused. It doesn't seem to have any damages to it, and it can just bolt right back onto the intake manifold. This is the case. I don't know what are these spots about. I don't know. It's just like they were just there. But like, again, yeah, it's you know, it's 30 years old, so the unit cleaned up quite well, to be honest with you. I'm really happy with the way it cleaned off, so I have no problems with that. Now let's take a look at live data. Now what have we here is we have a couple of baselines. So first is the idle, all the way to idle stop. So the idle stop here, we're supposed to see 0.6 to 0.4. That's our range, and we have 0.49 right in the middle of the range. That's great. 4.25. This value will change depending on the control unit being used. Right now I'm using the control unit from a 6-cylinder, but it allows me to open the throttle body fully. It's just for the test, it doesn't matter. The V8 unit will not show this exact value, but it doesn't matter. Again, for 6 cylinders, 8 cylinders, 12 cylinders, this reading will always change based on the engine size. All right, now we open the throttle body fully. This is a 90-degree opening, and we're going to see our readings change. It's not going to be a mirror image, but close to it, and that's fine. That's a record in my book. That's perfectly fine with me. Now another thing we want to see on the V8, this does not change. Inline 6, these readings change. So when I open the throttle body a little bit, we can see the micro switches switch over from one to another. Don't mind them jump, it's a software. It's not the problem with the throttle. They keep jumping around. Even at idle, sometimes they just jump around. But again, I just need them to change, and I'm fine with that. They do change. So the activation itself is pretty nice. Maybe I'll just grind it down just a smidge, just a little bit, but even at that, it's okay. It's the tightness on the linkage, because this has to be more or less free. If it isn't, then you have an issue with return, and return has to happen quick. But it's either the seal over here, probably. Okay, well, let's just do it now. Before I forget, just let me see if it's the seal or not, because seals here, yeah, the seals here, they get stiff after years of operation. Yeah, as you can see, with just tension of my finger, I can open and close the throttle. That makes it very light. Activation is very light. So basically, this is basically going to be all. The throttle body is operational. It looks good. It operates properly. So this is working state. I might actually move the plate just a smidge over here. I see a little bit of wear. I might as well just do that. But that's why I don't put all the bolts in until the end of the bench test, until it's warmed up. Okay, so this is working state. Off. Shut it down. As you can see, no operation. Throttle body only operates manually, only halfway. Okay, and put the power on. Activation. The throttle body works electronically, and it opens fully. Again, on the V8, the throttle body will open this much, even if you push the lever all the way to open position, and that's normal operation. It's made so you don't overrev the engine on a cold start. Most likely that's the case. When the car is driven and it needs full power, then it will allow it to open all the way, but nobody will ever see it because, yeah, I just need to do a tiny little adjustment. All right, so this is basically going to be all. I'll do the adjustment, pack it up, and off it goes. All right, so this is all. This is Victor at RestoreYourMercedes.com. Thank you for watching.